What's up, people? It's Nonay here. Long time no see. It's been a minute. If you remember back in January 2024, I promised a follow-up video on my Maui 44G2 versus RCF Evox 12 and wondering which speaker I'd be sticking with. You're probably wondering where I've been and why it's taken me so long to make that follow-up video. Well, unbeknownst to me, while recording that review, life was taking a wonderful but unexpected turn. I found out I was expecting my beautiful baby girl. So naturally, I had to slow down a bit and had to slow down making new videos. Well, guess what? It's been a little over a year now, and I have my decision. I've made the decision to, drumroll please, switch over to the RCF Evox 12s full time. And I'm here today to share all the tea on how they've held up, why I ended up selling my Mauis, and whether I'd still recommend them in 2025. So let's go ahead and get into it. So before we dive in, let me just say this is not a sponsored video. For the past year, I've put them through all kinds of gigs, and this review is my own honest take on how they perform. I won these RCF Evox 12s fair and square, and you can watch the recap of that contest where I won them in this video right up here. So a quick backstory. So I originally bought the LD Systems Maui 44G2s from KPO-DJ in 2021 when I was in the process of revamping to create a dream DJ setup during the pandemic. Side note, huge shout out to Tom and the team at KPO-DJ. I've been buying from them since my NS7 days. Those have been following me that long, and they've just always delivered on quality, so highly recommend them. So when I bought them, I love the Mauis, and they definitely have been awesome at a variety of different gigs. They've held up for indoor, outdoor events, no complaints. But in October of 2023, I took home the first place prize from the Tweak Music Tips DJ Wordplay competition, which was sponsored by KPO, DJ, and RCF, and that first place prize was the Evox 12s. So what did I think? Well, honestly, I can say it's been love at first gig since the first time I used the RCFs at a wedding. So I had them both for a while, but ultimately I decided to sell the Mauis and commit to using the Evox 12s full time. And why is that? Well, for one, the fact that the RCF sub weighs less and has those built-in suitcase wheels made moving and transporting things around so much easier and more manageable. And, while pregnant, though my hubby was my dedicated roadie, it made the ease of transport a game changer for sure. I ended up selling the Mauis because, again, in day-to-day gig life, I just kept reaching for the Evox 12s. They were just so much easier to transport. And a big factor in this is now I have to rent a vehicle for each of my gigs, and at times my preferred Sprinter van wasn't available. So I had to gig out of large and medium and small SUVs, and even my car at a couple of times, which isn't very big. So the more compact form factor meant they can fit even in a smaller vehicle like my car. So overall, the RCFs just really suited my trunk space and my back and my husband's back a lot better. Next, to talk about performance and sound quality. So in the past year, I've put these Evox 12s through all kinds of venue spaces, from large ballrooms, small ballrooms, open outdoor events, community centers with questionable acoustics, you name it. So let's talk about the star of the show. How do they actually sound? Well, they have crisp mids and highs. After using these speakers in all those different environments, the clarity has just been top notch. Whether it's dinner music or the peak of dancing hour, everything just sounds super clean. And I've gotten a number of multiple compliments from venue owners on how clear and undistorted and punchy these speakers sound. Next is the dispersion. So because you can angle those tops and adjust the height, as I mentioned in my previous video, you can direct the sound exactly where it needs to go. And this is huge for me because despite consulting with the client way ahead of time of their event, sometimes there's a weird floor plan change at the last second, or I have to end up still setting up right next to a guest table, and nobody wants to blow Aunt Betty's eardrums out. Now next is that bass boost. That bass boost switch is so clutch at the right moment when you just need that extra oomph. So when it's time to dance, I switch it on and guests really hear and feel the difference with that low end. So next, let's talk about durability and the build quality. and the build quality on these RCFs gets a huge 2 big thumbs up from me. The first few gigs that I had using these, I had to haul them around without having the official RCF covers. Before I was able to order them, the sub cabinet got some very minor scuffs on them despite trying to be careful while setting up. But since getting those covers, which are super high quality and well made, I have nothing to worry about. The sub cover has some really nice Velcro flaps on the side that you can open and close as needed to lift them in and out of your vehicle very easily. And there's also an opening built in to pull the suitcase handle up and down very easily. The case for the top part of the speaker is also super well made and well padded, and it has high quality zippers, and that front pocket has room for the pole, the wire clips, the speak-on cable to connect the top to the sub, and the IEC power cable. These covers were definitely an investment, as they were about $500 for the pair, but they're very much worth it if you want to keep your speakers in pristine condition. Next is another burning question you probably have in your mind. You might be wondering, None, with all the new column arrays that have been released, like the QSC KC12s, the Electro Voice Evolve 70s and Evolve 90s, why would I stick with the RCF Evox 12s? Well, while I haven't had the pleasure of hearing any of these newer models, here's what I'd say. 1, these RCF 12s are proven to be very reliable. These speakers have been around for about a decade now, which is a lot in tech years, but they've held up as a top runner in terms of quality for that long. And after a year of heavy use, I can definitely say that the RCFs continue to impress me. They've had 0 technical issues, build quality is awesome, and the sound quality remains consistent. Also, they're very practical for mobile DJs. As I mentioned, they fit in a variety of vehicles. The lighter sub and suitcase wheels are a huge advantage if you're moving your gear frequently or have physical constraints with space. Also, they have amazing sound projection. The adjustable pole lets you aim that sound directly where you want it, so dinner music is balanced. And right when the dancing kicks off, the bass hits just right. Last, they're definitely worth the investment. There's always going to be new gear that comes out as technology continues to advance, but I definitely see these as a long-term, high-quality, solid investment. Since 2015, the Evox 12 have held their own in terms of quality and performance. And as new models of speakers come out, you'll even be able to get the Evox 12s at an even cheaper price. Now, my tips for best use: make sure you raise those tops above head level for better coverage, especially if you're in a weird corner or near some tables. Use that bass boost selectively. It's great for big dance floors, but it might be overkill for dinner music or for smaller, more intimate spaces. Last, if you can swing it, invest in those official covers. And if not, at least get some moving blankets or something to pad your gear, because your gear and your wallet will thank you in the long run. So for final thoughts, would I recommend the RCF Evox 12s? 100% yes. They have consistently delivered across the board in my eyes with sound, portability, and reliability. And if you're a mobile DJ juggling weddings, corporate events, even outdoor events, these speakers are a solid choice. I don't see myself switching anytime soon. So yeah, that's my 1-year follow-up on the Evox 12s. I hope this video helped you if you're in the market for some new gear, or if you're just curious about how I use my gear in my setups. And if you have any other questions about these speakers, feel free to drop them in the comments below. If you've used these speakers in your own use cases, share your thoughts below on what you think. And don't forget to like and subscribe as usual for more DJ tips and fun videos coming up very soon. So thank you for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.